Hi everyone, and welcome back. I'm Abby with Little House on the Home Front, and today I'm going to share with you what I have found the best way to make and eat oatmeal. So I grew up eating oatmeal, didn't really like it. However, after some time and experimenting, I have finally found a way that I love oatmeal. So today I'm going to share with you the best way I have found. So here's all the things that we're going to be using. I have a bowl out, obviously oatmeal while we're making oatmeal. I have a fork to stir everything. For this recipe, I'm just going to use a 1/3 cup, but you can really use whatever size measuring cup you want. I have an egg, a banana, maple syrup, and cinnamon. Alright, so let's get this started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and do 2 scoops of oatmeal. Like I said, for this video, I was using a 1/3 cup, but you can use whatever size you want. Typically, I do a 2-to-1 water ratio. So for every 1 scoop of oatmeal, I do 2 scoops of water. After that, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the microwave, and I'm going to let that cook for about 1:30 minutes. You can also use this recipe on the stove. However, I just find it is a whole lot faster in the microwave, and it's great for those busy mornings. After that, I then take it out, and usually I will stir it just to see how cooked it is. You can see all that extra water. It's not completely cooked, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back into the microwave for another 30 seconds, and then I'll check it, and if not, I will continue working in 30-second increments. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and crack my egg and scramble it. I like adding an egg to the oatmeal because it adds a little extra protein, and I find that it keeps us full longer, and I'd rather stay full longer than having tons of snacks. Okay, get the oatmeal back out of the microwave. Gonna stir it, and you can tell that it's cooked because there's not a ton of extra water. That's kind of the consistency we're going for. Like I said, you can do it on the stove if you want, till it's that consistency. Now, if you're cooking it on the stove, you need to temper your egg, which is when you take a little bit of the warm oatmeal, mix it in with the egg before you stir it into the rest of the oatmeal. Otherwise, your egg will scramble and it will not have the right texture you want. So, in the microwave, you can just go ahead and dump the egg, but I'm showing you how to temper it anyway. So I'm gonna stir that all up till it's nice and thoroughly mixed. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in the microwave for 30 seconds to cook the egg. So while that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and slice the banana. I usually do it, half lengthwise and then in little pieces because I like to give this to my kids, and that way the pieces aren't too large. Also, it's easier to mash if you so desire, or they're just nice bite-sized pieces. You can also use different berries or such to add to it, but I usually like to do banana. So some other options I like to add are blueberries or strawberries. So I'm adding syrup as my sweetener along with cinnamon. You can also use honey, but because my baby that's under 1 year old cannot have honey, I'm using syrup. You can also use brown sugar, white sugar. Sometimes I'll add peanut butter, but maple syrup and cinnamon seems to be my go-to. Then there you have it. Sometimes I'll add nuts to that for a little bit of a crunch, but this is typically how I do it. Sometimes you can also make this with milk, which will give it more of a porridge consistency. I usually just use water, but you can really use anything, whether a dairy or non-dairy option, and just have fun with it. There's so many things you can add to oatmeal to make it have different flavors and textures even, whether it be berries or nuts. So there we are. Oatmeal is served for my boys in about 5 minutes or less. Okay, guys, all enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. And in the comments, go ahead and leave your favorite way to have oatmeal. And be sure to look out for next week's video. Bye. You eating your oatmeal? Yeah. Are you eating your oatmeal? Is it yummy? Yeah, good.